Hi, Dumpster Divas. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. And for this week's exclusive Real Housewives of Salt Lake City coverage, I'm joined by one of your favorite dumpster divas. She's back for the who knows how many time, but Megan Gailey is here. Please follow Megan at Better Megan Gailey. And Megan is here for what may be one of the great episodes of our time. And I'm so happy that she is the other person on the end of the Riverside link today. Megan, welcome back to the podcast.
I'm so happy to be here for what honestly could eventually be staged for a Tony award-winning play.
No, I agree. It felt kind of Tracy Letts. It felt like a Neil Simon comedy.
Yes. I always, whenever something is so funny and in one location, I'm like, this is British. I elevate it. I go, this isn't even of Provo. This is of London.
Right. And I'm like, at some point, I'm like, okay, if we've transcended to filming, this episode was one scene.
It's like Succession. It was.
I know. At what point are we gonna get a oneer? We're gonna get a oneer Housewives.
Yep.
It's just someone running around a winery.
And I've watched it now one time. And I should have gone back and watched it a second time for the educational purposes for this pod. But I am what I am doing right now is I am watching Salt Lake City or Miami twice before I am watching Orange County once.
And once, I think you probably mean half of a one, because you're probably on your phone, just kind of osmosising the drama through.
It's like a laundry watch, or it's I'm watching it in 4 different sittings, because it's I'm like, okay, I'll do 15 minutes here, 5 minutes here. It's but
those ladies are trouble.
I know. Miami and Salt Lake City, I'm very locked in. And Potomac.
Yeah. All the girls are really delivering except the Newport Beach ladies, I have to say. But so we're going to just so I've watched this now almost 3 times, because I was really trying to parse out my notes to understand, okay, what is what scene. I mean, I wish I need to just publish my notes for everyone to see. It's quite astounding.
On a Substack.
Anywhere to monetize.
And it's been I've actually really enjoyed seeing the online discourse, because I'm like, oh, people loved her, I loved this, it's a White Lotus season finale filled with Easter eggs for everybody.
And this is only episode 5 of a season.
We haven't even gone anywhere.
No, we haven't gone anywhere. And I'm sorry, there are so many franchises that if they made one episode, one whole scene, that it would be some of the more boring, innocuous television that's ever been put to film. If you filmed The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in one scene, there would just be absolute nothing.
I would rather watch my mom's book club on a live stream camera than see an edited version of one scene of Beverly Hills. Now, I do have to say, I remember as BravoCon is upon us soon.
Are you going?
No, I wish. Just bring my baby strapped to me. Actually, it's in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, it is.
I have to go to Las Vegas for 3 days in November. Let me see if I'm wondering if the Major League Baseball Awards and BravoCon have any sort of Venn diagram center, because I'm writing
Megan,
for that.
Were you invited to the MLB? I mean, you do dabble in sports.
I'm writing for them. I'm the sole writer for the Major League Baseball Awards. So I'm
serious?
Yeah, I'm trying to get 25 Jim Edmonds jokes in there. Okay, so.
Thank you for swinging where I know,
Yes. I'm like, can we get a Meghan King Edmonds candle joke into the mono? So I remember when Salt Lake City was announced as the new city, and everyone was like, what? And now, between this and Mormon Wives, it's I basically live there.
No, I know. And I've said this before, but it feels like if you pan the camera right, the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives women are filming at the table next to them.
That is so funny.
The
Oh my
town
gosh.
isn't that area is not that big. Like, it's such a
No.
small kind of area.
There's some of them are going to Angie's. Well, I guess Demi has a salon. Dueling salons. We need a salon swap. Angie goes to Demi's, Demi goes to Angie's, and Andy, we need a camera.
Does one of them none of the Secret Life ladies have a med spa yet? I'm sure one will open one. I would say we could do a Heather swap as well, but
I think I'm getting Demi and I think I
it's
got
Jesse.
Demi
It's
and
not Demi. I was
Jesse.
with
You're
you though.
right.
It's Jesse. It's Jesse.
It's and like a lot of people when that show came out were like, "Oh, I can't tell them apart." And I was like, "Oh, you weren't in a sorority because I can tell each like from eyebrows, I can tell who they are."
Oh my god, that's so funny. You're actually right. Like, growing up in Flower Mound, Texas, I can tell a white woman by just like the smallest kind of like eye. The
Yeah.
eye is just a little different, and I'm like, oh, that's Steph.
Yeah, I know who that is. And so I just want your listeners to know I didn't have Demi and Jesse confused.
Yes,
I just have a newborn and I'm sleep deprived and I'm embarrassed.
it's
But it
it's
wasn't
okay.
because of
I
their
won't let it
face.
get to them.
It wasn't because their faces look the same to me.
Well, the hair color where I struggle is the hair color. When
Yeah,
if they're all turned around, like they are all one woman.
an ombre extension. Ooh,
Yes.
hates to see them coming.
Hates. Well, Megan, we kind of dive into this episode of Salt Lake City because there's so much to talk about. I'm gonna really try and break it down. I mean, it's one scene, but beat by beat. So, are you
Mhm.
ready to dive in?
Yes.
And a reminder for listeners, you can subscribe to Dumpster Dive on all podcast platforms, and make sure to check out the YouTube channel. You can see us chat about this there. And also, Megan, tell us about your pods. I didn't plug those at the top before we get into this.
I host a podcast called Sports Bitches with two of my best friends, and we talk about sports, but very much in the context and style of how we talk about housewives. We were doing our Major League Baseball playoff preview, and we basically talked about how one of the managers keeps loose pancakes in his pocket. So it's like if you love housewives, if you love gossip, and want to dabble in sports, it's the perfect introduction.
Yeah, I have listened, and it is the only way I can consume sports content, I believe.
Honored to hear that. Well, our
Yeah.
producer is actually a gay man, and he's like, we I made a Chicago Bears reference to gay bears, and he was like, "I've
Hmm.
never felt so accepted in the world of sports."
I feel included. I feel
Yes.
safe. Yes. Go listen, support Megan. She's obviously one of the best we have, and I'm so happy to have you
Oh,
here.
thank you.
Of course. Well, speaking of the best we have, we start out this episode with a cold open of Whitney saying to Justin that, her whole storyline this season is like, I'm tired of being a CEO. It's time to be a bad girl.
Yep. Back
Which
to
is
her roots.
It's
My
such a crazy kind of flip. She honestly flipped the switch. Usually it's
yeah,
the reverse.
my prediction for her storyline was that she was going to be launching a portable stripper pole company. And like, I'm not that far off.
That actually, I think, would be a better business than whatever Wild Rose Beauty, Prism,
Bow and
whatever.
arrow. Wasn't there like an arrow at one point? Like
Yeah, I think
I
Iris and Bo, maybe,
Iris
is that
and
what you're
Bow,
thinking?
we
Yeah.
never quite got the conglomerate off the ground. Whitney
No.
Rose Inc.
And she's emotional at some point in this episode about how Justin doesn't support Wild Rose
Justin as a pyramid scheme tycoon.
aficionado.
It's like
Tycoon.
this is like he's like my baby can't even do a pyramid scheme successfully.
No, I feel like every day he's like, remind me, what is Wild and Recent Beauty?
Because there's
Remind me
Prism.
which one this is.
Prism was the jewelry.
Jewelry, which is still in existence, she clarified on Watch Up
Oh,
and Live.
okay, great. Okay, so
They're still
Prism.
MLMing over there.
Okay, the jewelry that was like had the same pictures as like Sheen.
Yeah.
Okay, so Prism still going strong. Wild Rose Beauty was
Shut
skincare,
down. Skincare. Yeah.
and that is shut down. And then wasn't there like a crystals one too?
So Iris and Bo was Wild Rose Beauty, and then she did like a brand change and invested all her money into Wild Rose Beauty.
And
Where
like,
the
of course, this didn't work.
yeah,
We don't even know
I
what they
know.
are, and we are scholars of this.
I know, like I consume so much of her and I still kind of can't put my finger on what is what. So
Okay.
but she says that one of her favorite things to do is drink wine and connect.
Yeah.
Like she does like in Napa
Ditto.
with her girlfriends.
Ditto.
Same. But I was laughing because I was like, isn't that just what Housewives is?
Well, yeah. Also, like, oh, Whitney, we didn't know you were working so hard that you had stopped doing that because we've seen you on many a cast trip. Like I, I guess I'd like to see the billable hours that she was putting into these failed businesses because she's really making it seem like up at 4 a.m. Like going to sleep at midnight. Like she's putting in 80 hours a week, like she is a new executive at a finance company.
Yeah, it's hard to really understand what it is she does, but we get so we get to the winery right away after she
Hmm.
introduces everyone. She does like a little invite with bouquets.
She does a
And
song.
oh, she sings a song, of course. That's kind of the framework of the episode.
That song, her singing, I I loved. It was
It-
so just like vulnerable.
but why the song? It was like Mormons and their wine.
It
Oh yeah, dude. It
it
was so
wasn't like
weird.
I thought at some point they were gonna go, this is like a reworking of a famous Mormon hymn because it was not a song I had ever heard. Like the beats, the notes.
Yeah, I I I couldn't quite, and I guess the framework of it, I didn't understand why we're framing this like tarot wine event with this song because we end on a song as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm a good singer, and I think
Hmm.
I actually sound like Whitney Rose. Like when I heard her singing, I was like, "Oh, she brought this idea to them." I was like, "I'm gonna try
She
out singing,"
absolutely did.
and they were like, "Oh, maybe not." She was like, "I had the whole thing written," and they were like, "Okay, let's do it then." And then in one
Well,
of her confessionals, she's not redheaded;
oh my God, you're right.
she's blonde and looks way better. But
Redhead.
it's as a redhead, I'm like, we got to
No,
talk about.
Megan, you are a redhead though. Like you
I'm a
look great as
natural.
a red. Right, I know.
Um,
She has SpaghettiOs color in her hair.
there
It's
is a
it's
it's a strange tone, and if Jesse or Angie did that, they need to cop to it.
well, Megan. That's from a box.
You think that's Fox?
Megan, that's box.
And it's like, how is that helping Bobby?
That's
How is
not the
that helping?
representation we.
That is like, we're good. Just be blonde. I will stand side by side with Bobby. Like, would be honored. I love that child.
She's
Um,
so sweet.
she's so sweet, and she just wants to have 17 different flavors of Dr. Pepper.
Let the girl live. We get to the winery and Mary walks in and she reveals to us that this is the business of a murder suey.
Mhm. Mhm.
There was kind of that murder suey is in the lore here. I guess the owner killed his wife and then took his own life, which is
Mhm.
shocking. And you know what? She mentioned that there was like, she was like, I don't know why we're here. There's something dark sided about it. And Mary, I think, often finds a lot of things that are secular dark sided. But I have to
Mhm.
agree with her here. The energy of this place there's something like Uncanny Valley about it.
Mhm. I honestly thought that we had been here before. I thought this was the same location that they filmed in like season 1 when Jen Shaw was still part of the cast, when they did like a outdoor whimsical lunch, but none of them ever said that. So I was like, okay, I guess there's multiple secret gardens
I
in.
think there's a lot of whimsy in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I have to imagine if they were to disqualify businesses in Utah that had murder suicides, they would not have many places to film.
Please. Yeah, we've kind of run out of site visits.
And for Mary, who has been
Mhm.
accused of running a cult, to be like, this energy is weird. Like that's gotta be.
We gotta listen to Mary on this one.
She's
There's
married
something
to her
on.
grandfather. And then I thought she was gonna say the dog had passed too. She just said the dog
Oh
witnessed
yeah,
it,
she said it all happened in front of the dog.
and the dog is not right.
She said the dog hasn't been the same since. I'm like,
How do you know?
no. Also, the ladies in pure Salt Lake City fashion are wearing some of the most unhinged things. Like some of them, Mary looks fabulous. I love this like pantsuit with like the sunglasses,
The
and then
beret the beret I would like to nominate for an Emmy for supporting character.
I agree, completely agree. And but Bronwyn, I'm okay with her swinging big
Mhm.
sometimes. It kind of
Mhm.
works for her like weird, kitschy, kooky kind of vibe.
Mhm.
Where someone who can't swing big, it just is never gonna land. Is Meredith.
Meredith.
Coming into this winery looking like a Pokemon trainer. I was like, what are we wearing?
It was so, and it makes me question Brooks. Like, I'm like, "You are her image consultant,"
Now
because
remember on Next Gen NYC, Brooks
he
did quit.
resigned. He did resign, but there's no way that hasn't been, like, run past. Like, when we say Brooks has resigned, Brooks is still picking the outfits. Okay.
Oh my god, I'm done. You're right. You're
And
absolutely right.
so she is in, I find one of the ugliest things of all time to be gray denim, even in, like, a pant, let alone I mean, it was,
I
and then as the episode was going on, you could see, or at least I could, her foundation coming off on the gray flower petals.
That's tough. I didn't catch that.
Oh, I needed Meredith, or Mary called it a virus. I
Yes.
I would have been fine if we went around to every single woman and they told us what they thought of it.
Yeah, I agree. It was absolutely deranged. I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know how we landed there. And Whitney gives a toast to the girls, and she says, "You know, when you guys all met me, I was a wild girl, and I've been healing, and became a CEO." And they just are showing all these. They show these images of her stripping, and then they show
Yep.
images of her like sitting behind a desk, like.
Yeah.
And so but now I'm ready to be wild again. And everyone's like
Mhm.
tears. They're like, that was absolutely beautiful. That was beautiful,
It
Whitney. I
was.
can't wait I'm happy to be here. And we sit down for our wine tasting. Now we meet, I would say, the Mrs. Potts of La
Mhm.
Calle Winery. Her name is Angela. I have become deeply obsessed with her, and I have decided, um, guys, please DM me, email me, all those things. I'm going to do an episode dedicated coming up to like our favorite extras in Housewives
Mhm.
episodes,
Mhm.
and just kind of go through. She inspired that for me. She
Mhm.
is this woman of just, she looks like kind of like an English teacher
Yeah.
in San Antonio, Texas. And we're we're in Salt Lake City and she's serving us wine. She is she pops off the screen.
Yeah. A lush bosom. Um,
Heavy, heavy lush bosom.
he is like, she is the prototypical, now that I have kids, I like know this. She is the prototypical baby caregiver at every daycare. Every baby
Wow.
caregiver looks like her, as they should. Like, I see a woman like that, even if I'm like at an airport, and if I'm need something, I'm going, here is my baby, and I'm handing it to Angela.
I agree. And they have like, you can tell they just like have like a Bath and Body Works body spray they have on. Like you, like, you just know,
Mhm.
you feel safe around their presence. You just want to
Mhm.
like curl up in her bosom and have her
And
feed you wine, a Utah wine.
and and a Ritz cracker. And you hear Utah sommelier, and it's like, well, those are actually in contrast of each other. Like, they don't
Right.
even, have you been to Utah? I'm sure you have.
I have, but it was I was like in high school. Like I have not
Okay.
been as an adult.
Okay.
But
You were on a mission trip to try and
I
save
did do my
them
mission there.
from Mormonism. You're like, there's another way. I did stand-up comedy there, and so everyone who was, like, coming to the comedy club, they were like, "We're the cool ones. We're not like the other." And it was like, "You're all weird too."
Yeah.
And, like, their alcohol is not full,
Yeah, I know it's like
proof,
lower
like,
proof.
so I'm like, "Is this wine, like, 1% alcohol? Like, what are the wine laws?"
Yeah, it's weird. And I, like realistically, like very few places make wine in the United States of America. Well, a lot of places make wine, but like
Mhm.
a few places make wine that is actually like, something to go visit. And I don't think people are going to do vineyard tours in Utah. I don't know that the
I'll
climate
drink it.
fits that. I mean, I'll
I'll
drink it
drink it.
too.
I'll
I'm
drink
down
it.
to try it. And if it's paired with a smoked salmon waffle cone, I'm there.
Perfect. That you say is a tartare. Ooh! Nothing pisses me off more than someone saying something's a tartare and then I find out it's smoked.
No, because it's you tartar means it's not cooked. Like it's
Right.
like smoked salmon, it has been smoked.
Yeah. Very different
Uh,
flavors.
very
Something
different.
a
Also,
sommelier you would think would know.
yeah, you would. Like in a a smoked fish tastes so much different than like I think it would shock my taste buds if it was like, wait,
Hmm.
what is going on?
A smoked fish with a waffle cone.
It was crazy. And I had to laugh that the first wine that they give us at the most renowned Utah winery is called CHANTE. I'm like, it sounds like someone Googled, like, I don't know. I'm like, it's like, is RuPaul on the back?
Yeah, sounds like a brothel.
Yeah.
I'm mad
Um,
now that we didn't meet the chef, unless Angela is also doing the cooking.
there's a world in which she's a one man band there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could totally see that. She's doing like sort of a Mrs. Doubtfire. She's plating the things in the back.
Yeah. And something we didn't talk about yet is that half the conceit of this whole luncheon is that um, is that Whitney's beloved tarot card reader from likely Hell's Kitchen has flown
100%.
flown in flown in to kind of participate in this and give people reads. Now, did you clock that sometimes Whitney said tarot?
Wow, I did not, but I'm sure she just was like, I can't decide which way it is, so I'll
So
say it
she
half
kept
and half.
saying, mostly she was saying reading because I think she was
Uh-huh.
unclear if it was tarot or tarot.
And
And
the producers were like, we're just gonna leave her out
we,
to dry.
we gotta leave the hard T in at the end.
Now,
Tarot.
Terrence the Tarot card reader is lyrical
Uh-huh.
though.
It does have a nice ring to
Um,
it. I agree.
I
He
would
is a
love to go get
peculiar
a reading.
character. I
I
would too, but
okay. Oh, of
wait,
course
Megan.
she was.
Dying. No, I have a story though in
Okay.
reference to Terrence. Okay,
Okay.
so I think I've told this on the podcast a long time ago, but it's worth a revisit. Now, I was at a birthday party one time. It was one of my friends' 30th birthday. It was a couple years ago in the city, and you know, shout out to my friend Dawn. I love her so much, but she's a quirky girl. She has
Mhm.
crazy ideas sometimes, and she makes it happen because she's a go getter. And she, for about 10 years, had been seeing an oracle in Union Square. I'm gonna kind of
Mm.
let that
Okay.
information fall on you,
Okay.
Meg.
Now, when you say in Union Square, were they loose outside or did they have a storefront?
We're gonna go with loose outside.
Okay, amazing. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So for her 30th birthday, she invited the loose outside oracle to come into her home
Okay.
and do readings during a slumber party. So it was a group of like 8 girls, me being one of those girls. And we were just like playing, we were literally in pajamas playing games. And one by one, similar to this, we would go and get readings and come back.
Mhm.
And she was stationed in her bedroom on the floor of her bedroom next to her bathroom. I can I can just picture the whole setup in my brain to this day. Now, we're going in one by one. And everyone's coming out of their readings kind of with a general like, oh, she told me like have a great year. I'm gonna, succeed in my job. Like, it's like very general things. Now I step into the room and I sit down and I'm like, hey, this is my first reading. Like, I've never done anything like this before. So I'm really I'm anxious, but I'm also looking forward to it. And she goes, no need to be anxious about this. Your reading's actually going to be a little bit different. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? She's like, well, it's hard. Like, it's hard to kind of read someone who is one of us.
Oh.
And I was like, excuse me? And she was like, you've yet to kind of dabble in it, but you are an oracle.
Wow.
I was like, I'm an oracle. Okay. What do I do with this information? She was like, you're an intuitive, and she essentially just gave me a kind of, it felt like I was at a recruiter meeting. Like, I need to start taking
it was a
up
career day.
It's taking up oracling. Now, I don't know what's different between oracle and psychic and tarot, but we did have cards. And so I left that sitting back out to the living room. I'm like, it does turn out I am an oracle.
Yeah.
And so then the last girl goes in. And so we're all like hee ha haing, playing some game. She goes in. It's been like 10 minutes. She comes out. She looks as if she's seen like a ghost. And we're like, girl, like, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah, the oracle did just tell me that this year is going to be the first of the 5 worst years of my entire life.
What?
At a slumber party. And I bring this up because Terrence is dabbling in similar delivery here with some of these ladies.
Now, did you see how the next 5 years of this friend's life went?
I won't get into the details, but she wasn't wrong.
Oh no.
Yeah, this person is still with us, but then the next couple of years were tough. And I don't know if that was because, with psychic stuff, it's like, do you manifest it or is it real? You know what I mean? And it's like, part of me is like, did the oracle put that energy into the world and now she had a bad couple of years, or was that always destined? Destiny. I don't know, but.
And have you taken up any oracling?
I have not oracled.
Okay.
I don't really know where to begin. I do think, though, something that does happen to me, I will dream about things that do like very, very simple things, like not like mass hysteria. Like, I will have some dreams or think about things and then they do happen in a way that I don't really know how to draw like point A to point Z there. But I do think there is something she could be onto with my intuition. I don't feel called to tell people about their I don't feel called to predict people's futures or scam them into thinking I know what's gonna happen for them.
Okay. Meanwhile, Terrence.
So first we get Brittany sits down in the chair, and this one was kind of crazy because he essentially could have just watched the last season of House of Salt Lake City and kind of deduced this reading, but essentially tells her that she doesn't have a good relationship with her daughter and she needs to work on that. Now, we didn't talk about this in last week's episode because there was like so much going on with mother-daughter trauma in last week's episode. But it's crazy to me that Brittany is still dealing with this like daughter shenanigans.
Yeah. It's her and like, and then to see the sort of flashback of Jared at Whitney's house, like talking about her, it's really so like her daughters are 100% correct. And I feel like her daughters are also just trying to help her. Like, it's like, their mom is sort of their like embarrassing friend that won't break up with their bad boyfriend. Like, it's not even like, Mom, we don't get to hang out with you, or like, Mom, we miss you. It's like, Mom, this man and you are a disaster, and now you've brought it to national television.
Yeah, like, and and I would be mad if you're mentioning my name as your daughter in a way of like, not just being like, I have a great kid who does this, this, and this. You're saying like, you're bringing up family shit on television I just would be so angry. It's the same shit with
She
Tamra. Like how
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Tamra for
yeah.
years was like,
Yeah,
my daughter won't talk to me because of the show, and it's like, well, why are you talking about it on the
right.
show? Like, it's like the issue can kind of solve itself.
And the context in which Brittany's talking about it, she's like, "Well, my daughter's kinda cock blocking me." Like, it's not even like
Yeah,
there's no like, she's presenting it as there's no reasons, and then meanwhile, all these women who don't even like her and barely ever see her are like, "You need to break up with this man." Like, they feel like it could go to a really dark place, I think her and Jared. It's really
yeah,
bizarro. He seems like a dirty John type. Like,
fully
he
dirty
has
John.
Brooks energy.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry,
I
going
want
to go meet with Justin is so
I know.
gross
I
on
wonder what
camera.
Donnie and Marie feel. Like, are they like, "Ugh, stop, Jared," or do they not
I
even, like, know him?
I bet you he's been like trying to grasp any sort of
Yeah.
like relevance with his last name in that town forever, that they're just like, here he goes again trying to like make a
Yeah.
scene somewhere. I feel like
We
that's
gotta
just
get
his character.
we gotta get him on Mormon Wives. Like,
Oh,
let's do
I'm
it.
sure he would do it in a
I
heartbeat.
know, I know, I'm surprised he wasn't at that chaotic Halloween party.
I'm
Um,
sure he's hooked up with one of those girls at the
yeah.
Lifetime Cafe.
You're right, you're right. I mean, my parents go to a Lifetime here in Indianapolis, and I have eaten many a meals at the Lifetime Cafe. And we actually had a babysitter come last night to do like a trial, and she was late because she was interviewing for a job at the Lifetime Cafe. So I am an oracle, but my only thing is the Lifetime Cafe.
Everything kind of comes back to Lifetime Cafe.
And they do have good avocado toast.
Yeah, shout out. Shout out. So we also get Angie trying to talk about selling her house, and Brittany is so bizarrely trying to plug that she's a realtor out of nowhere. Like
Which
she's
I
like,
didn't know.
I know. I like she's like, it's actually crazy to leave your house on the market for so long. I
It
can't
is.
believe you've done that.
She's right.
She's
She's
not
right.
wrong. Yeah.
She's right.
Also, Angie lives in a Bond villain home. Like it's a non-sellable. I don't think
For
it's a sellable.
4.5 million. Them and then when they get into well, actually the most expensive neighborhood, that felt really good to me. Like that was like, this is what Housewives is. Just like
Agreed.
saying neighborhoods I'll never go to, don't care about, don't know about, but arguing because like I have done that with my friends before. But like not like well, my parents or I live in the like I don't live in the good area code. When I moved to my home in Los Angeles, everyone was like, "Where is that?" And I go, "Well, it's where I could afford." Um, but like when you do it with people, like those are real conversations you sit around where it's like, this is and whenever you hear what other people think the most expensive neighborhood is, that lets you know who they
I
are.
agree. I would have liked to. I'm a visual learner. I think I would have liked a map next to the screen, kind of like showing
Mhm.
where each of these women live, because I don't know where
Yes.
they live, like in reference to the zip codes that are I assume that Lisa lives in one of the top ones because she brought it up in a very. She was like,
Yeah.
actually, it's
Yeah.
this and this. Also, the
Mhm.
names of them are like, it's like Oak Lake,
Yeah.
or
Mhm. Highland was one.
Highland. Yeah, it's just very rich white names. You know what I mean?
My guess was Lisa lived in the second one, she said. Like
Okay.
she was like, I'm willing to concede that this is the fanciest one, maybe where Amy Socialite lives, who is missing in action. And then Lisa's maybe in the second one.
Yeah. Now, so while Britt is getting her reading done, we begin our fight journey at the table, which starting with Angie and Lisa are continuing to argue about essentially like who goes lower, and Angie spreading rumors about Lisa digging up things about each other. Like eh, Lisa is a digger. She digs up things about all these ladies. She's always digging up nonsense, and it's hard for me to sit and listen to her just pretend that that's not a thing. I think we've just
Hmm.
seen so much proof of it. So I don't think
Hmm.
she has much of an argument to stand on here.
No, I was really distracted by the fact that I think Angie's dress is a dress that Jen from OC is wearing in a confessional with the sleeves cut off.
Oh my
Um,
god.
so that's just something. And then honestly, honestly, like, this fight at the beginning, I was like, "Okay, this is really fun." And then as it, like, as it went the length of the episode, I was like, "I feel like we're watching a reunion without a moderator."
Agreed. We needed some guidance, but we also didn't because
And they were
I mean, I wish
trying.
they were trying. Angela was trying to be our guidance here.
Yeah, and, like, Whitney was trying, Mary, like, you could see the frustration, without, like, trying to get too ahead of ourselves. Now, I did love when Lisa came in and said to her driver, "Keep the car running." That's just, like, a classic,
F-
like, line.
Rich woman flex. Yeah.
Yes. So but then it's like, where you stayed the whole time. Like, you seemed very committed to being there.
Right. Well, and then so then Bronwyn goes and gets her reading. Now Bronwyn's reading is the darkest of them
Yeah.
all. I
Yeah.
can't I understand that there's like I understand that if being an intuitive and a psychic is like really your calling, that you want to relay the information honestly, but there has to be some bedside manner here. You can't just tell someone that there's like brain stuff and like it was
Mhm.
just crazy to me that he
Mhm.
was being so brutally honest on camera with her about all this. And she looked in shock, truly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just
She was
a tough delivery.
really trying to not cry. It did feel, I mean, the brain stuff was right, but then also he was like second guessing a doctor. Like he was like, I think she needs a second opinion. Like,
It's
sir.
like okay.
Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, everything about Bronwyn and Muzzy is
Oh my god.
Terrence was
It's
picking up on it, like he was like, something is wrong, whether it's the brain or what. Like Muzzy and Bronwyn, there is unsettledness
yeah,
there.
maybe the diagnosis was more kind of figurative. Like
Yeah.
it's she that woman is a bit of a disease in her and Bronwyn's life because it's really dark. The stuff that I mean, last week we talked about it, but it's I don't know how you move forward from having that on national television, to be honest with you.
And this is how she's talking, knowing there's cameras on her.
Yeah, I know. It's really
Like,
upsetting.
if I think someone at a Chick-fil-A is watching me, I am putting on my Mother of the Year act. Like, if
Right.
a stranger at an airport looks at us, I'm like, "Let's read our 4th book of the day," or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Muzzy can't even, like, pretend for the cameras? Is that some sort of, like, boomer block? Like, what? How?
Yeah,
How are you when the cameras are off?"
it's dark
And
stuff over there.
Bronwyn loves her. Like, Bronwyn is hearing that she perhaps will pass, eh, like, based on what Terrence is saying, and Bronwyn seems genuinely, like, devastated.
It's I mean, the relationship is obviously incredibly layered. Like I can't imagine, but yeah. But this is where an instance where it feels like we're watching a play, right? We're like doing this cutaway scene to
Mhm.
like I'm picturing all the ladies on the stage play like Frozen
Yes,
while we cut to
the
Bronwyn's.
light has gone down.
It's like dim, but you see Angie like
We both did the same.
we did. And Bronwyn's like talking. The psychic is not a character in the show. It's like a voice. Like it's like a chorus line.
Wow. Wow. You are so New York right now.
So I'm so New York. I'm so kind of like Soho theater, like really kind of
Yes.
like into like the artsy take here. Yeah, she's just sitting facing the audience, like learning about.
And then
But we get
and
back. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, and then Brenwan comes back and she's like a hilarious character.
I know. I don't know how she's she's she literally comes out from the darkest thing we've seen maybe on Housewives ever, and she is throwing some of the most lol insults back and forth at these ladies and at Brittany.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get how
And
she
and
does it.
maybe that was just like, maybe he like cracked her veneer a little bit,
Yeah, maybe
because she was like drinking, I think. But didn't no one
the one
seemed
percent
drunk.
wine.
Yeah, no one seemed drunk, I guess,
I
which
don't
is,
think.
a testament to how little alcohol. But yeah, she was just being so fun. Like when Jared was on speakerphone, the way like she was, and I think they had done a version of that last year, and Brittany like hated it. And like
Hmm.
Brittany seemed to be rolling with the punches in a really funny way this episode too.
Yeah, she said when Braun sits back down, she's like, "You both have beautiful hair. The only person with terrible hair at the table is Brittany," and
And then
Brittany's
she
like
goes,
crying,
and
laughing
even
at
it's
it.
getting better.
Yeah,
Like at one point, I think Bronwyn was like, "I'm being nice to Brittany, and I don't like her." Like they're like Brittany wants to be on this show so badly. They're like, "These women can bully me. That's fine. These women can
did
bully me.
you
I'll lose my children, and I want to be on the show."
did you see her
Oh yes.
reaction to the Us Weekly?
Oh no, I thought you were gonna say, did you see her promo for her cabaret show?
Oh well, I
Um,
I would like to go to that, but no,
you
she
have to go.
she essentially posted some sort of like passive aggressive like, "Wow, everyone looks great. Wish I would have known about it," sort of thing about the Us Weekly cover. It's like, Brittany, you're not a main cast member. Also, the cover is just the OGs. Like, I
Yeah,
think that you got to take the L on this one, babe.
in her defense, the magic that is happening, she is an ingredient of.
You're
Now,
right. You're
is
right.
is Us Weekly flying Brittany out? Probably not, but I do think like her delusion, it's like, yeah, I mean, you showed up to an RV vacation in a bikini. So like you are important.
She's an essential worker.
You have to go see her show. Luann must be fucking livid.
Well, because Brittany can sing.
I know.
Now, what is it called again? It's called What About Me, I think.
Yeah.
It's genius. Although I have beef with 54 Below because, uh, y'all, the ticket price is at 54 Below. It's like $50 for a ticket. And then you get
Mhm.
there and you have to order $50 minimum of food and beverages or something crazy like that. And I'm like, guys, like, and what I've heard also on the other side of it is the people on the stage are not making that much money for 54 Below either. So
Then it's
who's
basically a
taking in the
comedy club.
money?
These are this is why I want every comedy club in America to close. It's not a business model that can sustain in this economy.
No, it's so weird. I really don't. Yeah, just go to the only theater that is like 54 Below adjacent that I really enjoy and are willing to spend money on is Joe's Pub. But
Mhm. You really should get a comp ticket.
to Brittany's show, I'm actually
Yeah,
sure I could. I could just send her a DM, be like, "Hey, I talk
I
about
think
you on
so.
a podcast."
Yeah. I'd be like, I might have a real estate listing coming up. Like I feel
Yeah, looking for a house in Salt Lake City area. Let's chat after the
mhm.
show. And she'd be like,
Yes.
"Absolutely."
Yes. 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 Yes.
So yeah, the girl, now we get into the soup man of it all. So soup man, what does that mean to you, those words? Soup man.
He has to be Greek. Like
Hmm.
there is a Greek man making soup that Angie has some sort of, I don't even think sexual relationship with, but close relationship. I hear soup man and think of Angie and go, yeah, I'm sure there is a soup man that she is close with.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I can really see her doing business dealings with soup man. But it is
Hmm.
weird to me that Lisa, like even all the way to her confessional, is like, you'll have to ask Terrence about that. Like,
Hmm.
well, is it that big of a secret? I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it at the reunion, but
They're really accusing each other of the exact same thing, which is like kind of an obscure thing to be like a man who isn't your husband, you either have a credit card with or is paying for your vacations. And it's like I just feel like Sean John would would um would know. Like they're
I
both
know,
in I don't know. It's Lisa and this is part of Lisa's, sort of fatal flaw is her arguing style is I know I am, but what are you? I know you are, but what am
right.
I? Like she just you could be like, Lisa, you've got a fat, stupid ass. And she'd be like, you have a fat, stupid ass. Like she just
She
can't.
calls her. She goes, Okay, shorty, shorty." Like, what? Why are we calling people shorty? It's so fucking weird.
It's just like what exactly what Lisa has been accused of, which I actually like don't care at all. Like it's like if Lisa wants to like have a credit card from another man, great, great.
Yeah, everyone's scammers here. It's Salt Lake City.
You're all scammers.
Yeah. Whitney runs an MLM, allegedly.
Yes.
Like, we're all scamming. So Lisa then goes and sits to her reading. And, I've said this since the first episode of this season, but this woman is on the verge every single episode. And we're
Mm-hmm.
starting to really get into the nitty gritty here. And
Mm-hmm.
it seemingly has to do with something with John, but I don't think we're actually getting the full story of what's going on because these flashback scenes they've showed us were such like non-entity arguments. It was like,
Yeah.
I think there's deeper stuff that I don't know if we'll get insight on later in the season, but it's
Yeah. I loved
she's
how she was
lost
like,
control of something in her life, and I think that
yeah.
that's kind of part of it.
I loved how she went from like, you fucking stupid whore to, hi, I'm Lisa. Like it just turned on a dime.
No, you're
Was able to
right.
be like, okay, I'm meeting a professional oracle. I need to actually behave correctly, which she's incapable of doing in almost any other setting. So I did appreciate that. No, I think this scene of him saying like there's been trust lost and her starting to break down was in the trailer.
It was, yeah.
And so I like when I first saw that, I was like, did John cheat on her? Which he seems almost incapable of doing because I think she
Yeah.
would have to like schedule it for him. Um, but
Schedule is a fair.
I fully believe that there has been a breach of trust. I'm assuming she was the one who did it, and she feels fully
Oh, right.
justified in
With the
why
business
she did it.
stuff.
hmm Or with
Yeah.
like not blowjobs for jazz tickets, but like could I see Lisa having a boyfriend? Yeah. Yeah.
But also I could see her like not even knowing it was her boyfriend. She's like, I just like go to dinner with this guy and we just
Mhm.
talk about business and then sometimes he'll kiss me on the cheek, sue me, trying to make connections in this town.
Yeah.
It's
Um it's
because she
all
can never
right
be
there.
wrong is the core issue with her, right? Like she can never. It's everyone else's. She's a victim in every scenario. She's a victim in her marriage. She's a victim of these women. She's a victim of
Yeah.
this show. And it's like, yeah, but you're in the center. At some point, when some human, I think we all know people like this, is the center of so many different circles of drama. You have to ask yourself, okay, is the drama? Does the drama really just find you, or are you maybe the facilitator here?
What's the common denominator? And she is not capable of doing that.
No, the self awareness is not something that kind of runs through her veins, but it does make her a good housewife, I have to say.
Oh, that's why we need her.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm
Um, and so then this is where we start to go off the rails a little bit with Angie and Mary, which is bumming
hmm
me out.
I hate it. I hate it.
But Mary makes a really great point. Mary's like, you have to understand Angie. Like, I team you on this argument, but you can't be that upset with her because you used to be her friend.
hmm
And you would sit with her and pull up shit on other people.
hmm
So like, can we just let this go? Because like, just now that you're the good guy, all of a sudden, and I love you, but like, you can't pretend that you haven't always been a part of this type of behavior, which I
hmm
thought was Mary's being a really valuable Greek chorus. I feel like, in so far in this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. I mean, I hate them fighting. And
Me too. It
the
makes me sad.
preview for next week, it seems like they're still in conflict. They have to get
I
over
gotta
it
figure it out.
for us. But Angie, when she gets in this, it's very similar to Lisa. She's like incapable of hearing. They're all like, "We are on your side." Literally, the entire audience is on your side. You
Yeah.
gotta just like shut up for a second. And I don't know, it's very strange how she just thinks no one is with her while they're all literally being like, "We are with you."
Yeah, it's bizarre. And then she heads into her reading and she soft launches a sunglass line.
Which I'm so excited about.
Was that planned or was that
I
like
don't think
it
so.
was the craziest announcement ever?
Uh-huh. And then she was like, "No one even knows about this, but like Sean and Electra." And it's like, I wish there had been a flashback of her telling Electra, like, "I'm doing a sunglass line," and Electra being like, "I don't fucking care, mom."
I love
Because that was
just
the
like
Greek
you're Greek, we
reaction.
get it.
Yeah. You love sunglasses. Shut up. Like Electra, like it is funny when we get to like watch the kids like go through the stages of what being a kid is. And like
Yep.
Electra's like full preteen now and doesn't want to sleep in that massive bed with them anymore.
No. Oh, I forgot about that. That was
I know.
upsetting. That was
And
upsetting that was on TV.
I mean, it's upsetting that Electra's horse is going to be injured.
I know. So Meredith then gets her reading, and Angie has to go into the reading to get her belongings that were hidden under a table behind Terrence, which was insane. And so in there is like a horse that is all the stuff that Lisa gave back to her. This was low, and Bronwyn said it best. She was like, "We're just like compete. This is just a race to the
A
bottom," which I
race to
thought
the
was
bottom.
that's Housewives, baby. But
Yeah. I I actually did not find, like, I know Lisa's intent was malicious, but I did not find her assistant going in to get the Fresh Wolf product that egregious.
I didn't either. I didn't either, but I think the way I think the Venmo was a little passive aggressive.
Of course, but if someone sent me $600, I'd be like, "Great, thank
Yeah,
you."
please send me some.
Like, it's like, okay, you took your product and you gave me $600. Like, yes, I know the intent was like unkind, especially after it was like, I love you, we're not going to do this anymore. And then to send in this like thumbtack assistant you have for one day. But I just was like, Angie, this seems like you seem way more upset about this than you need to be.
Yeah, totally agree. And then lastly we get Whitney goes in for her reading, and in her reading this is where we get the Justin doesn't want to be a part of Wild Rose Beauty, and that hurts me, and I just don't know how to tell him. So I'm going to tell him on national television.
Yeah. And it's I'm so rarely on the husband's side, but this one, I really stepped into Justin's shoes and was like, what would it be like to be married to Whitney?
It's yeah, I can't imagine. I have to imagine they have a wild sex life, which is a big part of
Mhm,
their relationship, I believe.
mhm.
The businesses, I think we maybe don't need to dive into business together.
She said communication is where they struggle most, and I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
For
I think she kind of struggles communicating in general with the English language.
She's just like, I wish we could get just one confessional from Justin's first wife, because Whitney is such a classic second wife of just like
You're absolutely
so
right.
hot, pretty dim, seems to have zero remorse about breaking up a marriage, hers and his, and now has bankrupted him. Like probably was into him for money and status and like some of those things, and I guess the dimples, and I heard he's tall. And now like the money, the job, all of that is gone because of her. Like the first wife just has to be like, this couldn't have worked out better for me.
She really is like SJP in First Wives Club.
Yeah, yes,
Shout out, by the way.
I know.
R.I.P. Amy Wiley broke me. That broke me this week.
Ugh.
Go watch First Wives Club, everyone. It's one of the worst best films to ever exist in the
It's one of
pantheon.
my
Me too.
favorites.
Comfort watch always,
I really revisited
always.
a lot during COVID. I watched it a
And
lot during COVID.
I think because it's women on the verge, and we were all on the verge.
Mhm. It's very Housewives coded
It
too.
is. No, it is. The whole thing. It's like there's a whole, especially like the way there's like a whole universe of wives. Like they all know these wives in town. Like it
Mhm,
is, it feels like the first entity of the Real Housewives.
mhm.
Go watch First Wives Club, people, if you
Yes.
haven't. Um, so also I love that these readings, they're on this massive grounds. Like there's a huge area, and it seems there's only one exit, which is through the reading area, which once again is so
Funny.
theatrical. Like
Yes.
we would have them we would have them walking like in front of the reading as they're sitting facing the audience. Like I just can literally see the whole thing happening.
Yeah, like when Lisa leaves, she like blows
Yeah.
Whitney a kiss and is like, bye. When Mary leaves, she like looks at Whitney and is like, oh God. Like
Oh,
they
little
all
girl.
they like the direction was like, okay, give what your character would do to Whitney as you leave. Like Whitney is like sobbing and Mary's like, I can't fucking believe I came here. Um Angie going in to get the like It's like a storage bin that you can put under a bed, which is so Angie, because everything has to be stored away out of sight based on that house. And she
Oh
comes in,
yeah.
she's like, "Sorry," picks it up, takes it out.
So
Ugh.
good. So yeah, we get this Mary. Lisa runs out after further fighting, and Mary and Angie have this fight. I guess essentially Angie says that Mary went back to Lisa. She's just mad that all these people continue to go back to Lisa. And Mary's like, I didn't go back to Lisa. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking
Mary
about.
hates Lisa, hates her.
She hates her. The only reason she's talking her off the ledge at this lunch is so like they can just like continue filming peacefully and to tell her to back off Angie
Yeah.
because it's just ridiculous. But I understand Mary's anger in this moment
Yeah.
because like her
Yeah.
friend is not listening to her,
I think
defend
she's just
her.
like, "Angie, you let Lisa suck you into this tornado, and I'm trying to pull you out, and you're not letting me."
No.
And it's so funny too, because there's multiple. So there was like last episode where they're like, "We're not going to do this anymore." They keep doing it. And then I think there's at least two moments in this episode where they're like, "We can't keep doing this." And then they go right back into it.
Yeah.
So it's really, yeah, I felt like Andy Cohen. Like I wanted to be like,
Enough. And then we wrap on the wonderful 100th breakup of Brittany and Jared circa Bronwyn. I mean, it's a perfect button to the one act play.
"Oh my gosh,
We need
wild."
Megan, you have connects in the comedy and Hollywood
Uh-huh.
community. We need you to get a short film version of this off the ground or
Okay.
like a
Okay.
theatrical release, a reading.
Yeah.
You know people that can make it happen and you
Yeah. And
yourself can. I think
I'm
we need that.
I'm not even gonna do a GoFundMe. I feel like this puppy funds itself, like
Oh,
a benefactor.
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know who we haven't mentioned one time?
Oh my God, who?
Heather Gay.
And that is poetic at it. I mean, she I've never been a big Heather Gay super fan. Like I've always like
Mhm.
liked her presence there. I find her kind of a necessary ingredient. But she just I mean, even in this episode when I was rewatching it, they kept cutting to her trying to make her like quips. And I'm like, they're
Mhm.
not landing. Nothing
Mm.
works. And I don't know
Mm.
what it is. It's just it's hard when this was such an epic episode and we've talked for an hour and we literally haven't mentioned her name once.
No. And the only context we mentioned Meredith was that her outfit was bad. Like, yeah, Heather is having a tough start.
I mean, I think after the season 4 finale where she did her big
Mhm.
monologue,
Mhm.
it's just kind of been nothing since. And even that felt insane to me when it happened, but like obviously wonderful television. But now I'm just kind of like, who are you? What do you stand for? Who are you friends with? What is
Yeah.
your I think there's just no point of view.
She's very similar in that respect to Kyle Richards for
Yeah.
me, where it's like you now consider yourself part of the production team and like
Mhm.
you are trying to like do what you think you're chasing the fans. And this whole like, I'm glad my daughters are leaving. That's not really landing. Um, she is like with Lisa, but against Lisa every time. Like even at the Clarity lunch, that speech, everything just feels like a little try hard, which if
Yeah.
I was on Housewives is 100% what I would be doing too. So it's like I relate to it of being like I don't want anyone to dislike me, and the way to do that is to sort of like seem like I'm a little bit above this and helping everyone, but it doesn't come across as sincere.
No. It's just not a good look. And the thing is she like Kyle, I think will have fans forever. And I don't think she's probably gonna go anywhere.
No.
But I don't know what she is contributing.
Yeah. What did she do?
And
What was her reading? Did they even show her reading?
yeah, they did. It was kind of similar to wait, what was it? No, now I'm getting Meredith's and Whitney's confused because Meredith and Whitney both had a similar like you were trusting people you shouldn't sort of vibe, I think. And then,
Mm-hmm.
but Heather's, yeah, I don't know what hers was. She did sit down for one. We saw her sit down,
Yeah. And I
but I don't.
remember Whitney saying that she would be really excited by the birds. And that's like, and maybe Heather's just like, yeah, I don't want to like be in the fray that much right now. Like there's so much like she's just like happy to sit back and
Yeah.
watch Lisa, Angie, Brittany, Bronwyn all like combust.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to give her first seat at the reunion just because she's like a fan favorite. Like, she's not contributing things, guys.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, guys, this was a really special episode. Megan, thank you so much for unpacking all this with me.
Thank you. I want a reading from Terrence and I want a reading from you.
I'll work on my Oracle skills.
Okay.
Once again,
I'll
still
work on
trying to
my
get to the.
short film.
Okay, great. Work on the short film. I'm gonna kind of work on understanding what an oracle even is. I think that's kind of our first step here, and I'll be happy to provide my services. Megan, tell everyone where they can follow you, listen to you, all that stuff.
Sports Bitches, again, would love for you to listen, give a like, give a review. And then you can follow me at Better Megan Gailey on Instagram. I will be opening for Chelsea Handler in 9 different cities over the next few months. So I have to imagine there's some Handler heads listening here, and it's a really fun show. So come out for that. And then maybe I'll go do some stand up on my own, but I have 2 children now. So just send me positive energy. I have 2
You're
small boys.
you're crushing it. You have such a beautiful family, and
Thank you.
we're so proud of you, crushing it with Chelsea. It's all awesome stuff, Megan. Yeah,
Thank
go
you.
follow her, support Megan, and you can follow me at the Tom Hamlet. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast, all places podcasts are found. Once again, in a couple weeks, we're gonna do a deep dive into our favorite guest stars, extras in the Housewives Pantheon. So if you have one on the top of your mind, DM me or send me a message on Spotify or to my email, dumpsterdivepod@gmail.com. And that will kind of get chatted about on that episode. And we'll be back next week recapping Salt Lake City episode 6. So see you guys
And
then.
that is the Mormon way.